I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna give it a shot. I've sowed a whole bunch of cold hardy greens into this row right here. Now that the days are getting shorter and nights are getting cooler, it's time to start taking those attempts. You can see that some mustard greens are starting to germinate. I sowed them really densely, and now that I'm seeing some germination after 5 days, I'm thinking that since I have the wire hoops in place, we can use the row cover for frost protection also as shade. If there's one thing I've learned many things so far, but something that's very important out here is a lot of plants either need shade from the rising sun or from the afternoon sun. So this will give it shade through the intensity of the day, and then as the sun sets, it can get the nice sun. Now, we do get really intense winds here, so you can see this thing is flapping in the wind. So I got to try to find a way to secure this a little bit better, but also figure out a way that I don't have to come here to see. So that's a problem right there. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna water them in real good again. That's even kind of good like that. And then it gets see, sometimes you just need nature to show you how things want to be. So I could put another rock on the back of that, weighing that down, and then it would have like full shade through the first half of the day, first quarter, and then can rock with some sun for the rest of the day. And then once all these greens grow up and it does get cold, this will already be in place to pull the cover over and keep them going. And I think we cracked the code on sweet potato slips. Also another plant that needs shade out here. I have a way to grow unlimited sweet potato slips. So check out the sweet potato playlist if you want to find out how. But this was our 5th time planting sweet potato slips this year. All the other ones have died. We've planted like over 40 of them. And this is a grass that I'm growing as a cover crop. So what we realized is if we pulled out a chunk of the cover crop and then plant the sweet potato in the middle of the grass, that gives the sweet potato a time to establish before it gets fried by the sun. As you can see, got the nice shade from the grass, and then the sweet potato slip has survived. So maybe planting a whole row of oats and then ripping out chunks to plant your sweet potato slips in, that might be the move for out here in Nevada in the desert. And then growing black walnuts from seed in an open field context. These trees have evolved in an understory, so they're used to growing in shade for the first 2-3 years of their lives until they can break out of the canopy. So a lot of these black walnuts actually got fried. They died back all the way to the root system. But I kept watering, and then they re-sprouted from the root system. So a lot of the black walnuts you see here have all re-sprouted. So definitely going to be a drought tolerant, desert tolerant trees. And yeah, so some of the germination actually came back. It wasn't really good full germination. See, this is one right here. This one completely died back and now has re-sprouted new growth from its root system. I believe there's about 30 black walnuts that we counted. Sorry, my screen keeps going out of focus here. We got a few tomatoes over there, tomatillo, some pumpkins. I'm sorry, potatoes, not pumpkins. So these potatoes I did not even plant. This is from whoever grew in these beds before me. So I'm just letting those potatoes go. And then This is supposed to be a whole row of potatoes, and only these first few sprouted, doing very nicely. Nice and healthy. Just an organic red potato from the grocery store. And as planned, I kept on watering, and now all the other ones have sprouted. So this is going to be a whole row of fall potatoes. And some of the summer squash. Seeds started to germinate. There's another 2 in this other row over here. Just sowed a whole bunch of bean cover crop in this one. And then there's some oats cover crop seed coming up in this bed. Whole bunch of beans. More beans cover crop seed, all sowed late July, early August. And I've dug out the pathways now from every single pathway, flipping it onto each bed, and then throwing a new mulch on top of that. In the fall time, we'll put more leaves on top of that, and then we'll plant the garlic into that, and then we'll put more mulch on top of that. I'm serious. That is what retains all of the moisture through the wintertime with no irrigation and just hand watering with a hose. So that's where we're at. Got the additional 3 beds to grow some more garlic, and figuring out how to grow through the intensity of the desert heat. Things are starting to cool down now that the days are getting shorter, and yeah, the sun is less higher in the sky. So altogether, a pretty good first year. It's not over yet. I'm gonna try to get these fall greens to germinate and figure out this little shade cloth frost protection situation. And we'll see you on the next one. That's just a little short update video. You'll see now that the sun's going away with the shade, you can actually see the black walnuts a lot better. I mean, this one's a whole row. This is how all the beds were supposed to look. See all the trees down this row right here? Growing black walnuts intermixed with garlic. And I actually planted some apricot seeds from a local tree that I found. It was just falling on the ground. Nobody was harvesting the fruit. Just put those in there and just keep them moist, and maybe they'll sprout next spring. Overall, everything's going pretty great. I'm really excited about these trees and to grow more trees from locally harvested seed. Gonna be a nice fall bed of potatoes and hopefully a nice fall bed of greens, and all the cover crop seed should start germinating more. I just got to keep up with the watering. So peace, blessings, and wholeness. And we will see you on the next one. Thank you.